As Beijing 2022 goes on, I've been skimming through reports by Western media and noticed something quite interesting. When the Wall Street Journal covered the opening ceremony, it focused on nothing else but a torchbearer, Uyghur athlete Jiang. The report circled around her identity and it claimed that she vanished after her debut. The report seemed to have neglected that in the opening ceremony, China's national flag was passed on by one ordinary Chinese to another from all 56 ethnic groups, including Uyghur. China's athletes and volunteers also come from various ethnicities, so it's perfectly natural to let Jiang, a Uyghur athlete, and Zhao Jiawen, an athlete from the Han majority, to place the torch. Vanish is also an interesting choice of words. Any media or anyone with even the slightest empathy would not highlight a lost game or less than ideal competition results, which would only make the athlete feel worse. It seems like the Wall Street Journal has been too busy implying other things that it forgot to uphold basic moral values. That's just one report. I also read about many cases of US media speaking against American-born gold medalist Guilin. Many reports tackling Olympics only talk about politics, to the neglect of what Olympics truly represent: athleticism, sportsmanship, and so on. An American athlete tried to defend China at a press conference, but the US media turned a deaf ear to his words. These mainstream Western media take pride in their so-called objectivity, while in fact, they're manipulating what audiences see and in turn, how they react. This reminds me of a Chinese saying, if one really wants to attribute some crime to a person, there will be no lack of excuses. Here are some stories I found touching and positive, but scarcely covered by this media. American athlete Tessa Mao shared on her social platform a heartfelt moment at the opening ceremony when a volunteer greeted her with a loud "Welcome to China," a gesture that literally moved her to tears. The Canadian delegation's operations staff wrote a letter to the Chinese staff working in their building, thanking them for their efficiency and warmth. A Chinese citizen sent American Samoan athlete Nathan Crompton a cartoon image of him showing up shirtless at the opening ceremony. Later, people found out that he stuck the cartoon image to his skeleton. Sportsmanship has been well displayed in these games. China's curling team lost a match to the US, but Chinese players presented Bing Dun Dun badges to their American counterparts. Later, the American pair also sent gifts in return. When Guilin won gold at the Big Air event, she hugged the other two medalists and comforted French athlete Tess Ledoux as she wept. Then at a press conference, Guilin said it was Tess who inspired her to go all in on her last jump. At this Olympics, we've seen many athletes pushing their limits and competing against themselves, which won admiration and respect from audiences. Japanese skater Uzuru Hanyu challenged himself to finish a quadruple axel. Canadian snowboard athlete Max Power returned after recovering from cancer and chemo and managed to clinch a gold medal. German speed skater Claudia Pechstein is still on the ice rink at the ripe age of 50, despite her stellar Olympic CV. For them, the Olympics is about striving for their passion and sparing no efforts to continue their dreams. Just like what Mr. Coubertin said, the most important thing in the Olympic Games is not winning, but taking part. Sports are not about politics, but all about challenging human limits and inspiring and including more people in these events. Let's abandon such politicization and manipulation. Let sports be just sports and celebrate faster, higher, stronger together at these games. Enjoy! Thank you for watching. I'm Xu Yi in Beijing.